So it's a big welcome back, viewers, and here we are on the third episode in Zielonka, and we're looking for a truck. We're going to lease a truck and trailer and hopefully move some potato soup. Or is it carrot soup? I don't know, soup all the same. So we're going to grab this one here, we're going to lease it for now, for $1,200, and then we're going to grab a trailer. Now the trailer that we're looking at is, I think it's in the miscellaneous section. Let's have a look. Yes, the big red one. And we'll just lease that as well. And we'll hook it all up and where's the truck? Oh, there it is there. Where's the truck? Anyway, here we go. So we're in winter now. Haven't really had any snow yet, although it looks pretty frosty. Maybe there's been a bit of snow, but I intended to do wood, like chop some wood through winter and sell some wood chips and a bit of wood, you know, and make a bit of money. But unfortunately, the trees are those real gnarly ones. They're not the straight ones like that you can cut up easily. There are a few straight ones, and the other thing is the parcels of trees, like the logging land, are like 150,000 plus. Like, as you can see, we don't have that, and we can't go into hock anymore, so it's not an option. So what we're going to do is probably sell some soup and skip through to March, and then we can start sowing some fields, which is unfortunate, but that's the way it is. So now I just think we might have to put the auto load on this on here to see how we go. Auto load on. Oh yeah. Hey, this is one of the very few things too that'll lift this up. Won't do the carrots off the ground, unfortunately. Oh, look at this, we've got tons of soup. Let's go, baby. This is going to be full. Hell yeah. Where do we take soup? I didn't plan this next step. I'm all excited. I didn't know where to take it. I didn't think we'd be going there so soon. I thought we'd have to wait till it filled up. Soup. Wow, soup. That's not soup. Gee, there's a lot of production things. You think they could take out the ones that aren't? Well, then again, I suppose. You don't know what you're going to use, do you? Carrot soup, Elegrat, but I could never get it on the train, I don't think. I don't know how to do that. I'll have to practice that. Show fluctuation is 2,119. Farmer's market or the supermarket. Well, we're going to the farmer's market by the look of this. I think that's down here where we took the wool. Don't tell me I've taken the corner too sharp. What, it won't tow it? Come on. It might be a bit slippery. Must be a bit of sleet. A bit of sleet on the road. Then we haven't got the money to buy that. We could have just dropped it off just there. Well, I don't know that it pays the same money as soup. Well, it's a fair way. There it is, lit up by the green laser beam down there. What a fantastic morning. And it's just got that, like, I don't know, it's got that brisk sort of, it looks cold. You know what I mean? It doesn't tell you the temperature. We could look at that, but it actually looks like it's brisk out there, doesn't it? I reckon. I've lost my green thing in the sun now. Well, the church bells don't ring every time. Must have been on the hour last time we went past. Oh! But I just killed a couple of pedestrians, not watching where I was going. Hang on. I think we turned down here somewhere, just past the gas station maybe. This truck's all good once you get her up and going. I think she was just struggling. Okay, there it is. Okay, come on. I'm looking at just under 2 grand, 32, 64, 62, 500. Let's see how good he is. Hang on, it's not. Should this be emptying? Oh, no. Oh. Is there an unload option? Unload. No, don't do that. Well, that hasn't worked out as good as I'd hoped. Okay, that's alright, you live and learn. Oh, stop loading it back up. Anyway, what we're going to have to do now, I'll be back. He's a clever dick then. I knew I bought this thing for something. This is why we snapped it up as soon as we saw it. Now the weight on the back's a little too big. It's a bit extreme. But get in a bit closer. The reason I love this thing, now I'm not sure which one we have to put it over here. It's either the grate or the next bit. I've got a feeling it's the next bit. Yeah, it is. Okay. Normally you can pick up 2 or 3 at a time. That's why I don't use forklifts and stuff. If anything, I'll use this. No, that's not going to work. Anyway, I'm not going to make you sit through all this, but I'll unload this and we'll have to come up with a better idea than this. I think we might be buying our own sale point back at the farm. But anyway, we'll worry about that later. So here we are back, viewers, and instead of mucking around, we've decided to get ourselves one of these $1,000 sale points. Now, it might be a little bit close to the poles, but the idea is to make somewhat of an industrial estate somewhere, so it's not exactly a place where it's going to stay. Don't know if auto load's on or off here. But we got all that suit year 1. Obviously not on, now it is. I reckon if we can park this truck close enough, it might even jump straight on there. And yeah, we did make about 62,000 after all the mucking around, but that's why I snapped up that little, you ever see one of those little gold skid steer things on Spash? Pick it up, because yeah, they're great. They're a great little tool. Use it for all sorts of stuff. And as you can see, I'm the world's worst truck driver, but that's no surprise to anybody. If you watched my videos before, you'd have already known that. You'd be saying something like, "What's new, Ranger?" I reckon if I leave that there, they might jump on automatic. Now nothing's happening in January, so I think we're going to skip through to March. Don't like skipping all the time, but sometimes it's a necessity. There's nothing else to do. Everything's fertilised and ploughed, and yeah, so we'll go back to our nice little hacienda here. I don't often show the sleep bit, so let's show it for a change. 8 o'clock, let's go. Ooh, looks like there's a bit of snow overnight. That'll add to the excitement. 1,666 for loan interest. I've got a $500,000 loan. I told you that was on the 500-year next generation plan. Hey? Under $1,700 a month on your loan repayment. How long's that going to take to pay off? 500 years. I was right the whole time. Anyway, look at this. This has turned out to be a lark, this suit. So if you want to sit there for a full day and harvest carrots, it's all worth it in the end. Let's hope this works. Otherwise it's back with the forklift. Unload carrot soup, come on baby. Oh, look at that. Now you might think it's a little bit of cheating buying your own factories down the farm, but who says it is? Where's the rules on cheating? Is there any rules? No. That's right. But, you know, I would have liked to have driven it to the shop, just to add a bit more sort of gameplay thing, but the shop didn't work, so this is what we're doing. Thinking of an industrial estate sort of on the left hand side of the road over there, or down near the windmill. We could chuck in a couple more windmills, do some flour processing. Tell you what, but we're going to have good dough. By the time we come out of winter, we are going to be laughing. 60,000 there. We've got about $40,000 worth of soybeans, which we can sell in, I think it was June, July, something like that. This is dead set gold, this. Especially this trailer. So if you know anyone that's playing this, you know, give them the word. Big red trailer from the miscellaneous. Picks it up. There was a couple more. There's a little blue one that did, but yeah, there's only about half a dozen out of the whole lot. I did watch a video on it, but I found this one myself. Okay, so I'm going over to the house, and this time, well, I will be back, so I'll fast forward and I'll see you then. So here we are back, viewers, and it's, well, it's March, which is supposed to be spring, but we've got a bit of snow happening. It's quite a bleak old day. Now, we're taking the truck back down to return it because, unfortunately, we ran out of carrots. It seemed like we had $1 million, you know, 1 million tonnes of carrots. Well, no, we didn't. We had enough to make 2 or 3 days worth of soup, was it? Probably 3 days worth of soup. But we made some good money out of it. We made 100,000 out of it, so we'll know from now on, if you harvest that carrot field, you should make about 100k on soup, which we really needed at the time. So, that was very handy. But I'm interested in growing some potatoes, because potato soup's worth just a touch more, and also they're a little bit easier to harvest. When I say that, it's quite expensive for the machine, but it does about 175 miles an hour and harvest them in no time. So I've reset the tractor back to here, so we'll get rid of the lease. I want to actually buy this setup eventually, but the truck's cheap enough, 20 or 30k, but it's the trailer that costs all the money. So here we're going to get ourselves we need a seeder. And the best one I know of is this thing here. $6,000, plants most things, does both. Don't worry about that sort of stuff, buy. And the other thing we're going to do is we're going to go into, so I'm pretty keen on getting some potatoes going. It's not in planters, but it's in potato technology. Is this it here? 6 metres potatoes. I'll be testing this. I don't know exactly how this thing goes, to be quite honest, but we're only going to lease it. We don't want to buy it. I hope it works. Is it even potato season yet? Probably not. This is what happens when you don't do your homework. Let's have a look at the seasons, shall we? Potatoes, thank God, and now we can also plant. Not much we want to plant. Oats. Okay, so now this is where we're going to spend most of our money. I want to buy one of these because it's just going to make everything on the farm so much easier. The old John Deere 75 million. 109, let's go the big horsepower window tint. Yeah, well, why not? Is it 20 grand for window tint? Oh no, I was going to say. Exhaust, fenders, lights, 3-point, got it. Front end loader attached, you don't need it. Rim colour, always jet black. Number plate ranger, buy. Nothing like spending money, eh? And then we need some big bags of seeds. We'll buy 6. And we also need, now this is something that we won't, well, we need some potatoes to plant. Poplar. So we had to put the potatoes in one bag at a time. Couldn't find any big bags or pallets of potatoes. I'm sure there's some in there somewhere, but I just wasn't looking properly. And yeah, so now we've got this is much easier with the big bags. We put the seed in. Just got to put some fertiliser in, and we'll be ready to go. We need to get some fields in, make some money, all that. We spent our money, but we did buy that nice tractor there that goes like a rocket, so that's going to help. Thinking about before we put the potatoes in this, well, you can't see one field from the other here now, but hopefully it'll clear up soon. Says there's the sun's coming out. I was going to run, is it those 2 fields or is it the next 2 over? I think I'm in the wrong field. I don't know. Not quite sure where I am in the snow, but you get a little bit lost, but thinking of doubling up, joining that, making a great big potato field so we can make lots of soup. Thinking about not doing any carrots and that this year because I've got a plan on how I think I can grow them easier. I think long straight fields are the go, long straight thin fields, so that you're not turning as much, because even when I've had a couple of practice goes, obviously you wouldn't think so watching me play, but yeah, practice goes on. I even had a run on the big one, and it's sort of better. once you get you got to have your cruise control set. But anyway, we'll get to that at another time. But the thing was, it was still tedious if you had to turn a lot. So I'm going to wait till this weather stops snowing, and then we'll figure out what we're doing from there, and we'll do some planning. What do you say about that? I'll see you then. Well, I've waited till almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The snow's not going to clear, so hopefully we'll be able to plant. Is that planting? In the snow. Otherwise we're going to lose a day of our potato harvester hire. It seems to be going okay. So I'll just go up and back on the end here, on the edge. And then I've got to move the potato harvester over. It's on the wrong field. Like I said, you sort of lose your way in the snow. You don't know what you're doing. But we'll get back on track, don't worry about that. That money doesn't last long, does it? Not long at all. Okay, so stop there. Back her up. Get it on the angle. We'll do a bit of this sort of stuff. Hopefully then it'll, you'll see we've missed a couple of bits there. Well, that was a bit loose, but yeah, it's all good. This wasn't really the main part I was worried about. So lift that up. I never noticed before when you plant potatoes, I don't think I've ever planted them. Maybe once or twice, but they do the ridges like the new stuff does. We just didn't have a, I suppose we did have ridge of planters before. Is that working? Yep. Beautiful. I'll cut this corner out. So we want to plant everything we can in the next 2 months and hopefully get some crops that are going to come around June, July. We'd only be waiting until them September ones. So let's put that on auto. Go and jump in the potato, get out of the way. Jump in the potato harvester, or harvester, planter. And we'll see how we go. Now we've already got one state of fertilised, so we shouldn't need fertilising again. Also that fertiliser sprayer, I thought, oh yeah, this would be nice, this one, you know, blah blah. Well, it's not, it's terrible. It never does the return journey online. It always stops. I don't know why, I've got no idea. Now this, I'm going to have to check that this is going to cost us money, but we don't want to be running this on 800 potatoes because that's not going to last long, so we're going to have to check this out. Which is in here, come on. Not wrong section. Where is it? I know it's in here somewhere. There's a section here where you can say whether you want the workers to buy stuff automatically. Auto refill off, see? We'll put the fuel on, the seeds on, fertiliser on. We'll leave the other two off for now. You don't get a choice on. But yeah, we'd have to turn that, otherwise they're going to use the actual seeds that are in the machine. In this case the potatoes, and I don't know how much they use. Another time when we're not so desperate for money, we'll check it out, but I don't know that 800 would do very much. See if this works. That's beautiful. Let's jump out and check it. Grey potatoes by you, 39%, fertiliser 0. Oh yeah, that's alright. We can fix that, we can fix that. Okay, well I'm going to go for a little bit of a ride along in here. And once we do this field, we'll make a decision on the second ones. We'll leave a little bit of stuff till tomorrow because I think we can plant soybeans, which are good money earners. But we mainly want to be planting, I wouldn't mind planting some grass, but I think we're a fair way off animal pens just yet. We need to get ourselves settled, and we don't even own our own planter yet. Oh, we got one, like own our own seeder, so we might worry about things like that before we worry about animal pens. But and buying our own truck and trailer. There's plenty of stuff to do before that, but we're getting there, and I'm enjoying it. I hope you guys are too. But I'll be back, and we'll plant a bit more stuff. So, unfortunately, I just spoke for about half an hour on how we were going to sell the chook pen because it had no chooks in it, and we got 14,000 for it, and how we've got oats in next door, we've got cotton over there, and we're now planting soy. And unfortunately, I didn't press the button double tap, so none of it recorded. But the plan is to make it we need to make it to July when we can sell our soy and our corn. Maybe get $100,000, which is nothing. That's what we've just seen. We had 170 a minute ago and spent it all. A bit of mismanagement, I think. Maybe the tractor went over. We didn't need that tractor just yet, but we've got it now, and I'm not selling it back because we'll lose money. So we've got a bit of fertilising to do, but our fertiliser wagon's 70% full. So I'm hoping that way. I've taken that off, where you can get the workers to rebuy it as they use it. I'm still doing that on here because this holds not even 1,000 seed, and it wouldn't take long to use 1,000 seed, I'd suggest. But it's all good. Once we get to July, I think it's July, August, we'll be harvesting potatoes, making soup, selling our crops, get out the oats, maybe get a little bit of straw up our sleeve for. We're probably looking at year 3 before we start thinking about anything. It's only, it's still year 1, but yeah, I think, because we started in August, it's still year 1. Is it? I don't know. But anyway, it doesn't matter. But yeah, we're looking at it. We're a fair way off animals. The whole idea about things, root crops, like we planted potatoes, and I'd love to plant more carrots and that, but one, they're so time consuming and we need to make money, and the other thing is, it's very expensive, like just to, the harvester setup could be 50, 60, I mean the planting setup 50, 60, and then the harvester one, the one I like is 110, and blah, 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 but, I'm sure it'll all work out in the end. Anyway, I'm going to get this done, and then I could even skip to July, because there won't be anything else to do, and, I don't like to skip all the time, but what do you do? There's no point just walking around the map talking bullshit. You may as well at least have something to look at. Looks like rain's coming too, but I don't think that's going to affect our sowing. So anyway, I'll get this done, do my best, be back in July, and we can turn this around. If you think you know where I went wrong, put it in the comments. I think we're just going the long route, but yeah, we'll get there in the end. We've got plenty of land, that's the main thing. Anyway, I'll do this, and I'll see you then.